Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a thought-provoking topic. By highlighting and shedding light on the fact that some Black men don't support Kamala Harris, is this just another attempt to add to the gender wars in the Black community? Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let's get into it. Kamala Harris, the first Black and South Asian woman to serve as vice president, is running for president. It's historic. No one can deny that. And recently, former President Barack Obama made a point that Black men should come together to support her.
You're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down? That's not acceptable.
But neither is the expectation that we should support someone simply because they share our identity. That's equally unacceptable. A message we've heard before. Support this candidate because they look like us, because they'll stand for us. But I gotta ask, how many times have we done that? And how many times have we actually gotten what we were promised? Obama's message is familiar. Support Kamala because representation matters. But we have to ask, what has that representation actually done for us? Obama was the first Black president, but did things truly improve for Black people? Or were we given symbolic victories with little action? He urges us to support Harris, saying it's about paving the way for future generations. But let's be real. How much of that hope and change actually came through for Black people? Was it just another promise? Or was it just another face, another figurehead, telling us what we wanted to hear, while policies and progress seemed to bypass us? Now, here's where things get a bit deeper. Obama's push for Black men to support Kamala Harris raises another important question. Is this really about Black unity, or is it part of a broader agenda? Why the push for support? And why single out Black men when, historically, they haven't seen that support come back to them? Is this yet another attempt to stir up a gender wars within the Black community?
I would not be surprised if we learned 20, 30 years from now that the domestic gender war was inspired by the FBI, just as the FBI gave birth to COINTELPRO back in the 70s and 60s to disrupt and destroy the credibility and success of Black liberation movements. I could very well see where COINTELPRO or something similar to it could have also been invented to turn the Black woman against the Black man and the Black man against the Black woman. The family is an institution, no different than SNCC, no different than CORE, no different than the Panthers, no different than the Garvey movement, no different than the Freedom Riders. But I really do believe that at some point we're going to find out that the U.S. government had a hand in the gender wars and the promotion of it, because I don't think it's a coincidence that this Black male versus Black female gender war is being initiated at the very same time that the U.S. government is pushing transgenderism on elementary Black public school children.
Will this be the narrative being pushed? If she loses, they can blame the Black man. If she wins, they can say she won without the Black man's support. The discourse around gender dynamics in the Black community has been intensified by various media narratives. For instance, the ongoing debates on social media platforms, where influencers often pit Black men against Black women, have fueled divisions.
Yeah, I can't be the only one that's sick and tired of seeing these gender wars all over social media.
So many Black girls trying to figure out why Black men don't like Black women.
Tell you social media is amplifying the divide between Black men and Black women.
Additionally, for years, the media has promoted messages like, "I can do bad all by myself, and I don't need a man." Songs like "Independent Women" by Destiny's Child and movies like "Waiting to Exhale" reinforce the idea that women can thrive without male support. And in many cases, they've had to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being independent. It's empowering. However, these messages weren't pushed for empowerment. Instead, they serve to divide. They can foster a sense of division between Black men and women, conveying that self-sufficiency equates to dismissing traditional roles, making it harder to build unity and understanding. And let me say this again. The political tactic is that if she loses, they can blame the Black man. If she wins, they can say she won without the black man's support. This subconsciously pits black men against black women for the sake of a political narrative. Are we really going to keep falling for it? And let's be honest, Obama wasn't perfect. Yes, we broke barriers with his election, but many black men didn't feel the change they were promised. The same could be said for Harris. While representation is key, what's the point of supporting a black candidate if policies don't lead to actual progress for our people? Should we support someone just because they look like us or because they fight for us? The truth is, no politician has ever truly supported an agenda for the black community. Sure, there are laws designed to counteract those that have historically harmed us, but politically, we're really just breaking even. Black men are being singled out and asked to support someone who hasn't always supported us back. So, is it really about us, or is this about optics? They're voicing their doubts about her policies and how they really affect our community. It's a vibe that calls for real accountability and genuine representation from our leaders. And that's where the real conversation begins. Real representation matters. Are we really going to let political figures pit us against each other? Are we falling into yet another trap designed to create tension and division within our community? They want black men to feel wrong for not automatically supporting Kamala Harris, but shouldn't they focus on what truly serves their best interests instead of just checking the box on race or gender? So here's the takeaway. Don't let them divide us. It's okay to demand more, to ask what real change looks like, and to question what representation actually means. Support should be earned, not just expected. Obama's push for Kamala is one side of the story, but we need to ask the hard questions. What's in it for us? And what has been done for us so far? Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and keep asking the real questions. See you next time, and keep pushing for the truth.